I think we have to come to the understanding that services are a promise. It's not a product that we're delivering. There's no thing that you take delivery of the moment that that relationship starts. It really is a promise to deliver something in the future. And oftentimes that promise, delivering on that promise can be very difficult. And the service provider is trying to do something very hard. The client is expecting some great things on the promise being delivered. And initially, it's a bit of a honeymoon phase, but the provider is wooing them in every possible way. And you've got lots of folks involved at that point that are all making great promises and making great prognostications for the future. And everything is good during that phase, right? Everybody's putting on their best at that point. And then you get to the point where the contract is signed, and that's when things oftentimes will start to change, because now you move from promise to actually having to deliver on that promise. Data dysfunction enters in very, very early. Oftentimes there are very many disparate systems that are involved in these transformations. And the base data of something as simple as how many servers do we have, what is being supported, all the various items like that are oftentimes very complex to gather and to get together. And so we find that dysfunction starts to creep in very early just because of some of these basic data disagreements. One side or the other feels that the promise is not being able to be delivered. Eventually, there's disillusionment with that promise, and over time, according to ISG, more than half of these relationships result in a change in the provider the next time around. That means the promise was not delivered. I've dealt with quite a few customers over the years and dealt with quite a few different situations, from very complex to very simple, and very large to very small. But for the most part, what I found is these issues around data dysfunction and the dysfunction that develops in these relationships, I really very, very soon came to believe that this was something that was a major issue.